Are you stuck in trying to quit porn? Do you find yourself caught up in this relapse recovery cycle? Maybe you can go a week, maybe you can go 30 days, maybe you even made it 6 months or longer. Yet the thoughts, the urges, the triggers, the feelings, the desires to return back to pornography keep pulling you. You feel like that this is a battle that you cannot win. Why do so many men stay stuck? Why do so many men stay addicted to pornography? Why do so many men struggle when it comes to quitting porn and getting it out of their life? You know, we shot thousands of videos over the last 5 years here at Rebuilt Recovery. We've spoken with thousands of men. We've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of successful case studies inside of our one-on-one coaching program. Over 6,000 people have gone through our courses, books, coaching, and programs. And there are so many things that lead to a successful transformation. There are so many things that can produce freedom in your life. There are a handful of things, though, that will keep you addicted. Lack of belief in yourself. The thought that you will never be able to truly live a life 100% free of pornography. But this thing that I'm going to reveal to you in just a moment here, in my opinion, is one of the biggest things that keeps men stuck, keeps men from producing real freedom in their life. And I was on a coaching call recently with a young man that's inside of our program. He's coming up on the final stretch. So our coaching program, for those of you that are unaware, is a 12-week life transformation protocol. We take a holistic, fully integrated approach to rebuilding a man's life so that he no longer struggles, desires, or wants pornography in his life. And it's not about quitting porn. You've heard me say this time and time again. It is not about removing this habit of pornography out of your life. Our approach in real freedom is about becoming the man that no longer wants, needs, or desires in it. But I was on this call with this gentleman, and we're making our way through his week, highlighting the things that worked well, unpacking the issues, processing challenges together. And he keeps coming up with these questions in terms of boundaries. How far can I go here? How far can I go in my relationships? How far can I let my eyes wander? And I had to stop him and pause him for a minute and say, Andrew, you're asking a lot of the wrong questions. You see, what we have to understand is our freedom is not us getting as close to the edge without jumping off. Our freedom is knowing that that edge is over there and not even wanting to look at it. You see, it's not about what movies can I watch that will reveal some things to me that are not pornography. It's not about what social media accounts can I follow that won't tempt me to get back to pornography. Real freedom is when a man's heart changes. Real freedom is when your intentions of the things that you do, the things that you consume, the movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, changes. You see, if every thought in your mind, if every day your thought was, how close can I get to the edge of pornography without looking at pornography? Before you know it, you're going to fall off that cliff. Before you know it, something is going to grab a hold of you. Your willpower, your own strength will not be enough. I shared it on a podcast. Real freedom is walking into a room where pornography is playing on TVs all across the walls. And freedom is I had no desire to look up. And if I did glimpse and see something, it didn't trigger me. It did nothing for me. You see, I have to change my relationship with pornography. I have to change the way that I view it. You see, a guy that is questioning how close can I get to the edge still wants and desires the thing that's on the other side of the cliff. A man that's walking in freedom, a man that is walking in purity, knows what's on the other side, but has made the choice and commitment in himself that that's not something that he wants. That's not something that he's going to participate in. So real freedom is not having a list of social media accounts that are pseudo pornography that don't fall under the category of real pornography. And you can view those, but these sites over here are off access. Real freedom is anything that is objectification of women in this world, I do not participate in. I am a man that walks in honor, integrity, that walks in confidence, that walks in purity, that walks in appreciating women's beauty versus objectifying and participating in it. Real freedom is not what can I get away with. Real freedom is not what defines pornography, and I'm going to go as close to that edge as possible. Real freedom is putting your flag in the ground and saying, no matter what it is, if it is not aligned with my values, if it is not aligned with my morals, if it is not aligned with something that's going to move me closer to the man that I'm trying to become, then I don't want anything to do with it. And oftentimes, this is why I see guys that use and rely on website blockers, accountability apps, trying to delete and block sites from themselves. It's not an effective approach, because you're telling yourself that there's something on the other side of that wall that you want so much that you have to put a barrier in between you and said thing. I haven't had a blocker app software on my computer in 5+ years. The thought to return back to pornography never makes its way into my life. It's been over 5 years now since I've walked in freedom. And I can confidently stand here and say that no matter what happens, no matter what triggers, urges, temptations, stressors, anxiety, lack of belief, failure, struggles, obstacles, whatever it is, I've built better tools to handle those things in my life. You see, because if you're constantly going up to the edge and if you're constantly pushing up against your boundaries, something's going to happen down the road. I can guarantee it. I've spoken to so many of you out there. I've heard from dozens of men that said, Frank, I don't know what happened. I was winning this fight. I was conquering this thing. I hadn't looked at porn in 6 years, and then boom, out of nowhere, I lost all control. That man wasn't experiencing freedom. He was white knuckling his way. He was blocking certain things. Now, is that better than consuming pornography on a daily basis? 100%, absolutely. And maybe that's a place that you need to start. We do encourage men early on in the program to have boundaries in your life, things that you do and things that you do not do. But your real freedom, your real success will be determined by your ability to know that pornography is everywhere in this world and not have a desire in your heart to ever look at it. That's what real freedom is. And if you're struggling with building the program, if you're struggling with building the tools, the mindset, the belief system, the confidence, the habits to get you there, I want to invite you to take our 12-step training. I've put together a free training on breaking down and unpacking our 12-step process that has helped thousands of men conquer this addiction and walk in 100% freedom in their life. If you visit rebuiltrecovery.com/12 steps, you can get access to this training immediately. And it'll lay out the formula, it'll lay out the blueprint for you, step by step. But freedom is not knowing where the boundary is and going as close to it as you possibly can without falling off. Real freedom is getting to the point where you know what's on the other side of that boundary, and the desire and temptation to ever look at it again has been removed from your heart's desire. rebuiltrecovery.com/12 steps. Coach Frank Rich here, host of The Rebuilt Man. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.